Ready, hot!
Ready to start the 2013 season. I'm really excited about the way our players have gone through this entire summer camp, I guess is the best way to call it, as opposed to two-a-days anymore. I feel like they've really worked hard. They've been a really great group attitude-wise and everything that we're asking them to do. Anyway, we're excited finally to be into game week here today, and we'll go through the rest of this week very much like we do every game week and how we practice and what we're doing. Some things of note, named captains here last week with the players voting on it. Gabe Eichert and Trey Millard on offense, and then Aaron Colvin and Corey Nelson on defense. And players voted on special teams captains, which was really pretty close, so we named them both Austin Woods and Michael Honeycutt as special teams captains. So anyway, we're excited about those guys and what they bring to the team, their leadership, all of that. Let's see, with Louisiana Monroe coming in here this week, everyone's very aware of what they did a year ago and here they have 18 starters coming back this season, primarily a junior and senior laden team, team that went to Arkansas a year ago and won 31-28, I believe, and then went to Auburn and all rights had to lose 31-28 or something like that, lose by 3 points, had every opportunity to win the football game, and then took Baylor, I believe, 47-42 to the wire. So a team that's, and again, with all these starters back, a team that is very used to coming into stadiums and places like this and playing well. They're used to winning. They won 8 games last year. Todd Berry and his staff have done a great job building that team over the last 4 years. Colton Browning, their quarterback, is probably, I don't see the entire league over there, but what I understand is probably the best offensive player in that league. And from what I've watched on tape, I concur. I think he's a great player. And again, has a lot of experience around him, some returning receivers. He has 4 of the 5 starting offensive linemen back, some running backs that got banged up a year ago back. Defensively, they're a team that gives you a lot of pressure, kind of a 3-3 base team that'll blitz you in a lot of different ways. So again, a team that's proven they're a quality, excellent football team that's capable of beating about anybody they play. So our guys are looking forward to the challenge and getting the year started and seeing what we're able to do as we build our year.
How much quarterback run game do you expect to use in your offense?
Just a little bit. That's something we'll see as it goes. But there'll be just some.
Bob, we had a chance to talk since you named a quarterback. But can you talk about the things specifically about Trevor that elevated him to be your starter?
I'm not going to detail all what elevated him to Blake, because I don't know that it's all fair to publicly talk about just the two of them and what was what. I think it's just fair to say that overall, through all of these practices, there's just been a little more consistency in the different areas that we've been looking for. Blake isn't far off, and as obvious, maybe not to you. You sometimes think we're just playing the game of not knowing who. It's been a tight competition. So so we really just didn't feel right determining it till when we did. And but we still are very excited about Blake as well and his development and where what his opportunities as far as a guy that could be a guy that we feel we can win with. If something were to ever happen, we feel he's a guy that's, the way he's prepared, he can win for us as well.
Will you still use the Belldozer package?
That's something that I was asked earlier today. Let's truthfully, yes. I mean, a year ago we were number 1, I believe, in our league in third down conversions and number 1 in red zone conversions. I think we might have been fourth in the country in third down conversions, and that's a big part of it, being able to pick up, those, as well as converting the red zone and those opportunities. But if we do, we'll feel comfortable even expanding on that and giving him more opportunities other ways in that package.
Bob, is Trevor the guy, or does Blake have plays that he will come in during the ball game, a series or two, or how do you look at it?
We're not going to just detail all of it for Louisiana Monroe or anyone else. I think it's fair to say we'll see as it goes, what we do and don't do with the two of them, and I think a lot of that is predicated by what happens once he's on the field.
Can you talk?
So,
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Can you talk?
I cut you guys off once in a while too, so.
Can you talk about what excites you about Trevor without making it a comparison?
Yeah, I mean, here's a guy that is very athletic, has great speed. He's got a very strong football that he throws, quick release. And he's a strong leader as well. But again, there's a lot of those qualities Blake has also.
Bob, whoever won that competition, whether it's Blake or Trevor, is going to have the luxury of a experienced offensive line, over 100-some starts, 4 senior running backs behind him, some dangerous wide receivers. Does that make it easier for who's picking the quarterback, whether it's you or Josh, or does that give them some comfort on game day? Can you address that?
Well, hopefully those guys around, whoever's in there, are gonna play to their ability and help support that position. If whoever it is dropping back to pass, if he's given protection or if he's not given protection, is going to struggle. Or if you throw a perfect ball and the ball hits a guy right between the eyes and he drops it on third down, it's not going to look very good. And it's going to go on his stats when really he did what he was asked to do. So players around him have got to step up and make plays. And we feel confident that with this group of guys that they can do that because they've done it before.
Mike had said, going back to the spring, that you guys need more difference makers or playmakers on the defensive line. Did you feel like you found any of those in the fall?
Yeah, we're developing them. All those guys are coming along in a positive way. I've talked a lot. Charles Tapper is a guy we feel is coming on and on. Jordan Phillips in there, along with Quincy Russell, keep making good strides here in the last several weeks. Gino Grissom's gotten better. Linebackers, I'm really excited about Corey, his opportunity to make plays. When we blitz him different ways, he has a good knack for it, as does Eric Stryker, is a guy that also moves in there good. Frank Shannon's really improved. So, I believe there will be guys that can step up.
With having so few starts or no starts returning at those positions on the defensive line, is it imperative the linebackers play a bigger role in the run game?
Yes, but they always have to. You're not stopping the run game with just the line. I mean, it's the linebackers and secondary support have got to be a part of that. But again, when you say the lack of starts, that's what's going to happen when you graduate 5 seniors. I mean, these guys now, it's their opportunity, their turn. Hopefully here, so many weeks down the road, you're talking about, wow, we didn't know this guy could do that. And that happens. It happens every year, hopefully as guys mature and gain experience and keep improving.
With the conditioning of Quincy Russell, what's conditioning?
It's good. It's I think he's in good shape. He just has to keep playing. There's a difference between your summer conditioning and being on the field, but he's working hard at it. That's what's exciting about Quincy, big, strong, physical guy that really likes to work. So he's working hard on it.
Is he what you had hoped he would be from what you've seen?
Yes.
Have you decided on a kickoff guy yet? And is your punter settled in?
Well, yeah, punters, Jed it will be the guy, but I'm really excited about the progress of Jack Steed. He's come on, and doing well. And probably I'm not sure of the kicker yet. Both those guys have done well. It'll be Coach Boulware's decision if he feels, hey, let Michael rest, for field goals and not have to do that. Then we'll go with Hodgson.
When When you signed Trevor Knight, did you anticipate that he was capable of making this sort of a rise and being the starter this soon?
I would say any guy we'd sign, we would anticipate being able to play at that level. As young Cody Thomas, it really is exciting what he's able to do.
When did you guys decide as a staff you wanted to get, I guess, more athletic at quarterback?
I think we always have wanted to. You know, I think what was underestimated about Sam Bradford is how athletic he is. We just chose not to, you know, read it and pull it with him and all because of all the other things he did so well. But I think it's always been our philosophy that as long as he can throw and make the throws we want, the better legs, the better.
The NFL guys all talk about, though, if you're going to do that with a quarterback, his backup has to be able to do that too. And it seems like the last 4 you've recruited have been more in the same vein.
That's true. We've just been fortunate to find guys that we like how they throw so well, and they happen to be able to run too. We wouldn't take any of them looking at their legs first. You know, it's all about being able to throw the ball and pass the ball first as we look at anybody. And then, hey, you know, there's 2 of them awfully close. Maybe this guy runs a little better than another guy, you know, whatever. You know, there's different reasons that you look for.
Well, all of us were fixated on the quarterback race. Was there a running back race, or was it just or is it presumed it's a committee position? Where are you there?
I like what all of them are doing. So it's hard to please everybody out there who wants to see all different guys all the time. But Coach Gundy has a good idea how he wants to play them. It's fair to say all those guys through a long game or through hopefully an 80 to 85 snap game are going to have to be in there and help each other.
Bob, we have a new targeting rule. Have you had to focus on that more? Or
we've had 2 sessions of DVDs sent out from the league detailing what they look for, what is and isn't targeting. So we've had 2 20-minute sessions reviewing that, talking about the severity of it, talking about the consequences. If you do it in the second half of a game, you're out the first half of the next game. And we talked through it with our Big 12 officials when they were here on campus, for one of our scrimmages. So we've done it as much as you can.
Has there been a big change at practice or anything? I mean, it's not really a fundamental way.
No, we're not targeting each other at practice.
You anticipate it being a problem in the games, though? I mean, guys have
it could be. I mean, it's something that, at any last split second, you need to try and avoid the head-to-head contact and ducking your head and using the crown of your helmet. So, again, listen, it's going to be, it'll be tough on some people when it happens. But I think for the long-range future of football, and just like the NFL is doing, we're doing on and on, you need to, to emphasize a better way of doing it. And that's what I think everybody's trying to do.
Can you talk about the challenges for coaches as offenses evolve, especially when now you have guys who can run and throw? I know you're not going to get into analyzing your offense, but just from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, it's, as offenses, particularly in this league or anytime you're playing someone that spreads it out, the more they spread out, the more you need people to cover, which then, limits what you have inside to defend the run. And when the quarterback can run, you can account for everybody that's in the box. And the guy that has to make the play sometimes is 15 yards away. So there's someone either has to get off or you got to, find different ways to cross up their blocking schemes to get someone free, and or that guy has to be ready to come and make a good tackle.
But has it been a challenge in terms of the coaching, you guys, Josh and them, understanding some of the newness of this offense?
Well, I guess a little bit, but we've been working on it a long time here since last spring, or actually since the winter. So I feel our coach has got a good comfort level right now of what we want them to do.
What's your thoughts about your secondary?
I'm excited about them. I think that we've got a chance to be really good. Everyone knows, Aaron Colvin, Gabe Lynn have both played a lot of football. Gabe playing in the deep position has really looked good. I'm excited about Julian Wilson, the way he played last year and now a year older. Quentin Hayes, one of the safety positions, has really come on and done well through camp, consistently played well. Zach Sanchez, Cortez Johnson at the other corner have made good improvement. And our young guys, Ahmad Thomas and Tahari Bird, who am I missing? All of them. L.J. Moore, Stanbon, Taylor, excellent player. These guys are good. We're excited about them. These guys are good players. Stanbon's a great player as well. So anyway, we got a chance to be pretty good.
Bob, at this point in the preseason, do you feel like you have a pretty good idea of what you've got with this team, or are there a lot of things you can't know until you get into a game?
Well, you got an idea of what you have, but truthfully, yeah, you've got to get out there and execute it and do it to see it happen. So, there's always a little bit of a misnomer there until you get out there and you're on the field.
What are things you hope to find out about your team in this first game?
I'm big on assignments that they're going to play smart and play hard. That when we watch the effort, that it's great. And hopefully be physical, in everything that we're doing.
You said you feel like you have an idea of what you have. What do you have?
We'll see. Hopefully we've got a good football team.
When you have a first-time starter quarterback and a young guy, you kind of have to go out of your way to let that guy know, we're going to stay with you.
No, I wouldn't think I'd have to say that, but
Did you ever say that to Sam?
No, I've never said it to any of our guys. I've never felt the need to. They know there isn't anything we do in our program that's knee-jerk, that we're just isn't well thought out. So it's not, we get, when things happen, sometimes they happen and it isn't his fault. So we're, I think, always very aware of what's happening around them. And so to me, the big emphasis is to not to force any issues, take what's there, and play smart that way.
Do you ease him into the offense? Because it's his first start. You've had an experienced quarterback for so long.
What is that? What's easing? Run the first 3 times and hand it off? I'm a kid. I just mean he's got to come out and run the offense. So I don't believe you can. I guess is what I'm saying. And now that doesn't mean you have some, Coach Heupel's very good at what are his favorites. What are the things he really likes. Play to his comfort early, but you have to run your offense.
Well, what do you think? Is it added pressure, you think, to Trevor in that your other quarterbacks, it's not been like you just answered with Blake Bell. You said that if Trevor, we'll have to see how he goes, and maybe Bell comes in. With Sam and those guys, they were going to play through.
Not Sam's first year. You didn't know, what was going to happen. I said that, I'm sure, way back when Sam was first introduced as a starter. Those other guys were guys we liked too. But so there's never, when you got a young guy that's coming up, that's just natural. There is pressure. There's pressure at every position. But if you can't handle that, then you're in the wrong place in the wrong position. So.
Sam played so well in his first start. Did that really just end any of it that week?
Pretty much, unless he would have came back and threw 4 interceptions the next week. That didn't happen, so it's hypothetical.
How much as a staff do you guys,
well,
what you got to see in this first
guy comes out and lights it up and plays well, you feel, that's what we thought, and he does it again, all right, reinforces it. But, I can't project what's going to happen.
Will Coach Heupel change the way that he operates on game day at all because of a new quarterback? Will he stay in the press box and just let somebody else kind of handle guys on the sideline?
Oh, yeah, no, we'll operate the same way.
What is
every quarterback you recruit, obviously you recruit with the idea they could start. When did you know that Trevor, though, could maybe be something special? Did you see something?
Yeah, I saw it every day at practice, running the scout team. Really, you see it early in the year, and then mid-year you're like, this doesn't change. It's every day. This guy he's on the mark. He throws a great ball. He runs, takes off, does some things with it that you're like, well, so we knew, all of us watching practice a year ago would sometimes shake our head that, wow, you see that, what he just did? He threw it into a little space, and, he was making plays like that, at practice quite often.
And I assume that's with changing offensive schemes. He's running
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but it's different every week.
Yeah, and that's a little bit why, though, early on, maybe in spring, catching on to what we do, it's pretty easy when there's a card here, this is where I'm going, as opposed to there's no card, I've got to read it out. And so sure, we always take it with a little bit of a grain of salt that, well, he's looking at a card, but I remember, some other guys saying the same thing. Wow, you keep being excited about the throws he's making.
What's the status of Kendall Thompson now?
Kendall's in great shape. I believe he's able to start running here maybe today, or in the pool running. So he's progressing really well. He hasn't had any setbacks with that. So that's positive. Again, we really were excited about Kendall's progress also and how he's come along, and we really are. He's a guy that's really, we felt was putting himself in position to also be a guy we could win with.
Trey Millard was very excited earlier about an expanded role, maybe being more involved. Can you talk about him and that his expanded role and what you're seeing from him now, Bob?
Yeah, Trey's just as you guys, anyone who speaks to him, he's just so mature, a great leader, incredibly bright guy. And his skill set, he can do everything. Here's a guy, I don't know what, he's 6'3", 255, can be your running back, can be your fullback, can be your H-back, move him around. He's got great hands. He just does everything, and he does it really naturally. And so best special team guy we have for going on 3 years. So it's he just is an unusual athlete in that he's able to do so many things. And when you watch him run the ball, it's so natural to him for a big guy. It almost helps you sometimes. Some of the holes, the spacing opens up late, and he isn't quite as quick as a Roy or whoever else, Damian. And he has a natural, sometimes it's helpful for him that he just pauses, or he just has the right gait that he finds things.
You're 9 wins away from passing Switzer as the winningest coach in OU history. When you first took this job, was that even something that was on the radar?
No, I never. I don't look at things like that. I look at, when I first took this job, I was trying to win a game, trying to win more than I lost, which they hadn't done in a while. And people would tell me, just get the right number of people on the field for special teams and we'll be happy. So that's not the case anymore. I think everybody's aware of that. So, no, it isn't something that I was thinking of.
What has that said about the program that you built?
Well, it says two things. I've been here a good while, and we've won a lot. I think someone else said that. There aren't many places over the last 14 years have won more than 80% of their games. I think we're one of only 2. I don't know that have done that in that period of time. So I feel good about the consistency, but we need more.
Bob, you went over the other day with the freshmen that you're going to play. There seems like a lot of young guys in the defensive line. Could you talk about their development? A lot of times you try to bring those guys along slowly. It doesn't sound like you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, and we'll see. They get better every day they're out there and the way they're working. And but I like the whole group. Matt Diamond's a guy that really sticks out from the day he got here. Has played great technique, physical. I think he's 275, 280. He's. But Matt Romar, Charles Walker, they're doing a nice job. I'm anxious, hopefully another guy, in a few weeks, Michael Anoa hopefully gets back. And who am I missing? Obo's done a really good job, so he gets better and better. So we'll see.
DJ Ward, when's he supposed to be back?
Unsure yet. I think everything went as expected, and he's healing, really well. So I guess we'll just see. Again, excited about when DJ can, You know, and we'll just see, you know, what point in the year with so many bye weeks and all, you know, you get a chance to get some of those guys back.
Bob, with the hiring of Jay Boulware, did he bring anything a little bit different to your special teams that might help out? I mean, I know you had a good year last year in special teams. They hired him. So.
Yeah, we were really good last year. I think that goes overlooked. You know, I think we led the league in a couple, you know, 2 or 3 categories. But Jay Boulware, I'm really excited. Jay has great experience in that area, and you know, along with being a, you know, tight ends coach too, that he handles both duties really well, and he has brought a lot of, you know, I'm excited about, you know, just some of the drill work and what we're doing, you know, so anyway, I've been very happy with it. Now hopefully, you know, we can go out and execute and make some big plays and really be strong special team wise. We need to be.
Would you like to get back to being that guy that's kind of known as a little bit of a gambler with special teams?
Hopefully not. Hopefully you don't have to do that very much. But what people forget, you know, I was more of a gambler when they were working. And all of a sudden you go to Vegas and you gamble a few times and then it doesn't work. You sort of quit going to Vegas. So, yeah, you know, you do here and there. I mean, it's just when the opportunity seems right, you know. I don't know that I've missed a lot of good opportunities where I kicked myself Sunday that, yeah, what, it was there, I should have went for it. And so.
Talk about the wide receivers, how they're coming along in the summer practice.
Yeah, the receivers have. It's a good group. I'm really excited. Some new guys. LaColton Bester's had a great summer in our time on the field with him. He's a guy that we're expecting to really help us. The other guys you know of, I mean, Jalen's super. He and Sterling are really doing well. Trey McTwire's gotten better and better.
How about Jazz Reynolds?
Jazz Reynolds. Jazz has come on and is doing some things, and he's set to play, you know, this week too. So he has shown up. Jazz has been more consistent in making plays and doing what we need him to do.
Have the young receivers come along as well?
It is. They are. Austin Bennett's doing a really good job. Dannon Cadville. Those are guys that have, you know, really bright futures. Jordan Smallwood, whenever he gets back, we were in the indoor the other day, and I saw a guy come in and had his hat down, and Coach Kish said, "Who's that big, good-looking joker?" I couldn't see him all the way down there. Must be one of our former players, you know, that's back to see us. Well, it was Jordan Smallwood. I was like, "Geez, oh man, he's a guy now." So, and the only reason he's been on that scooter for a month, and all of a sudden he walked in without it. Now he's just in a boot, so I didn't recognize him. But you know, Jordan's we're really excited about him now. He's going to be something too.
You have a defense with a lot of new starters, and the guys who came back on a defense that had some real struggles last season. And this is the age when it's hard to even measure defense because of what the offenses are doing. So how will you measure the progress of your defense, or what are your expectations?
Well, hopefully getting off the field, executing, not having mental breakdowns, make plays that you're in position to make. You know, that's simple. A guy runs up in a hole and you make the tackle or you don't. If you don't, well, that's pretty, you know, that you need to make that play and make plays you're capable of making. Not you don't have mental mistakes. You know, be sharp mentally, and then you know, to me, big things, third downs and scoring defense. You know, you gotta get your stops. You know, and find your ways to get your stops and get off the field. Or turnovers.
Will Chuka play Saturday?
Yes. No. I'm sorry, Chuka won't play Saturday.
Who starts there?
We'll see. I don't know that Coach Montgomery's decided that yet.
Will Cortez Johnson play?
Cortez Johnson will not play.
How do you see Kendall fitting into the offense once he comes back from his injury? Do you assume he's just going to be the number 3 guy, or is he going to come in and compete?
Well, he'll have to demonstrate at practice how well he's healed, and then we'll see. You know, that'll just see how many opportunities he can get. But you know, like I said, we really are excited about Kendall, so we'll just see where it goes.
How do your running backs? You're going into the season, you got your 3 senior tailbacks. Is one person going to get more carries? What's your thoughts right now on the running back?
Well, we'll see. Normally, one guy gets more of them. I mean, that's you know, last year as things ended up, that was Damian Williams. So, but we'll see. You know, as Coach Gundy puts him out there this week, how that goes.
Will you play Quincy Russell this weekend? Is he ready to go yet?
Sure.
Bob, is ULM as crazy as some people make him out to be? Are they really that wild, blitzing from everywhere on offense, throwing the ball around and things like that?
Well, I mean, I don't. Around our league on offense, everybody throws it around and spreads it out. So they fit right in this crew. So and defensively, yes, they are, you know, moving around a lot and you know, blitzing from everywhere.
When I asked you about tight ends on media day, you mentioned Trey Millard, and I said, well, we don't really think of him as a tight end. But will you use him lined up as a conventional tight end sometimes? I mean, just, you know, play that position. Will that be? I know he does everything else, but will that be part of what he does?
Why would I go ahead and determine that here? You know, so unsure about that.
Okay, very good.
With the looks Trevor gives you on the, you know, in practice with his legs, do you feel like that has the potential to help you shore up third down defense and rushing defense this year?
I'm not sure I'm following you.
Well, you know, with the looks he gives you, you know, being a dual threat quarterback, could that help
over the last? Oh, okay.
Over the last year, does that help? Could that help you?
All of these guys have.
Defense?
Kendall, Blake, all of them have the ability to pull it down and run and have more run that way. So we have seen more of it as a defense. Yes.
Is Cody running the scout team?
Yes.
How's he looking?
He looks really good. Cody's again a great, excellent athlete, and you know, he does a really good job. Throws a great ball, is moving well. So he's running that scout team really well right now.
Bob, obviously the decision not to run Sam Bradford around the field worked out pretty well, but why the decision maybe not to utilize his legs as much and maybe now go more quarterback?
Well, and it's probably fair to say too, Sam's just a little, you know, he was just a little different than these guys. I don't know, you know, however you want to take that. We just didn't feel that was best.
How did Blake take the news and compared to, you've had to deliver that news several times over the years. How did he take it compared to the way other guys?
Well, disappointed, but determined to keep fighting for the job, which you would expect, and I want him to. And I made sure he knew that we felt he could, you know, he could be a winning quarterback too, and he would win for us if whenever we needed him to continue to work that way, you know, to continue to put yourself in that position. And so, you know, as well as you can. I guess it's never good. It's not what they want, but he understands too. There's a lot of, you never know what's going to happen. He's going to keep working for it, and we need him to.
You're glad you got a quarterback, obviously, or talented quarterbacks, but on the other hand, you got to tell somebody they win the job.
That's part of, you know, being in the coach's position. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, that's what you want. You want to have good competition always.
Is there a way first time you did that maybe you said, okay, I've learned, I'll do it this way now? You just come out and tell somebody.
No, and a lot, to be honest with you, I always start with Coach Heupel or Coach Long back in the day, in that they're in there day in and day out, every second with these guys, and it starts with them and then me. So yeah, they understand, you know, by being in their meetings, you know, and on the field with them daily, that it starts with those guys.
What does Coach Montgomery have the guys up front doing differently than they have done in the past?
Well, I think there's always a little bit of some technique work, whether it's footwork, hand work, those kind of things, and you know, mostly technique.
Not philosophical. It's not.
Well,
react versus
all
aggression.
Coaches are different in personalities. I mean, so you know, that's something kids could detail more with you. You know, but I am very pleased at, at the progress of these guys and how, you know, Coach Montgomery's working with them and dealing with them, making corrections, and the players seem to be, you know, really, you know, listening and eager to please him.
About the other side of Blake's disappointment for you, presumably, would be Trevor's elation. How did he take the news?
Well, like you'd expect, he was just excited and ready to come out and practice. But, you know, it's like how you'd think. But nothing overboard. He knows he's got to keep working and earning it.
About those games Monroe played last year that you referenced, Arkansas, Auburn, Baylor, did they help your job? Did they make your job easier this summer, getting your guys focused on this? What was a sort of a no-name team now has made a reputation for itself? Or is it more for the fans and us to, hey, this is a real game?
Well, hopefully it's everybody understands. I mean, more than anything, I'm not real concerned about what the fans think, but my players understand this is tough. It's a big challenge. These guys are really good, as I've said, and they don't go through those 3 games last year with a younger, more inexperienced team and play like they did without being an excellent football team, and they are.